Hello dear students, welcome back to the online classes. This is my fourth lecture. In previous three lectures, we discussed a very important concept: production, isocons, law of variable proportions, and total product, average product, and marginal product calculations. Today we will move on to the next important part: the shapes of TP, MP, and AP curves, which carries 6 marks. And related to this, one assignment and project oriented question which carries 5 marks. Now, what are the shapes of total product, marginal product, and average product? As you know that the concept of product can be looked at from three different angles: TP, AP, and MP. Now, TP is volume of goods and services produced during a specified period of time, generally a year. And this total product can be increased by increasing the supply of variable factors in the short period. These variable factors are nothing but inputs. If you increase the inputs, the output will increase. But however, in the long run, total product can be raised by increasing both fixed and variable factors. Now already you know what is the formula of TP, that is total product is nothing but summation of marginal product. Now what is the shape of this TP curve? You can see here on OY axis we are measuring output, and OX axis we are measuring labor. So the TP curve, initially as we go on increasing the variable factors, the TP curve goes on increasing. After a certain point, it starts declining. So you know the reasons why TP, AP and MP curve will be changing in law of variable proportion. Thus, total product curve for labor, when all other inputs are held constant, it shows the different output levels obtained from different units of labor. So here TP curve is a positively sloped curve. You can say that it is a positively or increasing curve. Moving on to the next two important curves, AP and MP. Now the green line shows that marginal product will go on increasing and start declining. Similarly, average product also start increasing, and after certain point it start decreasing. The point to be noted here, marginal product curve, that is green line, is earlier, or it is more sensitive, or you can tell more fluctuating, or it is more inconsistent in increasing as well as decreasing. But whereas average product curve is more consistent, it is more, you can tell, stable curve, where it goes on increasing and it start declining. So here you know the reasons that marginal product, initially when we add the additional unit to the total inputs, so the impact will be on the total product. So the additional changes in the inputs have the impact on additional total product. So therefore, marginal product is nothing but new total product minus old total product. So marginal product curve is more inconsistent as compared to average product. Therefore, marginal product and average product looks like an inverse U-shaped curve. They look like inverse U-shaped curve. So initially it goes on increasing, then start declining. Now, what are the reasons, or you can see the close relations between average product and marginal product. I have taken the same diagram here. You can see the first point that the first unit of variable input, one can easily check that the MP and AP are same. Initially, both are same. If we increase the amount of input, marginal product rises. AP being the average of marginal product also rises, but rise less than MP. So it is more sensitive, or you can tell more inconsistent as compared to average product. Then after certain point, marginal product starts falling. However, as long as the value of AP, the AP continues to rise. Once MP has fallen sufficiently, its value becomes less than AP, and AP also starts falling. Therefore, both are U-shaped. So here, what to be understood, that when it comes to rising, MP is first, and when it comes to falling, MP is first. So in both the cases, MP is more inconsistent, whereas average product is consistent. Now, average product factor 1 is maximum at L point. It is maximum. To the left of L, AP is rising and MP is greater than AP. As I told, when it comes to falling, MP is again earlier as compared to AP. So here, left of this, AP is rising and MP is greater than AP. Next, to the right of L, AP is falling and MP is less than AP. So in both the cases, you can see MP is more inconsistent and AP is consistent. This is about your average product, marginal product and total product curves. So students, this carries 6 marks, where we need to explain all the three concepts with 2 diagrams. In one diagram, we are seeing the total product and its shape. As we go on increasing the inputs, the total product is increasing. So it is TP is positively sloped curve. Whereas average product and marginal product, they go on increasing up to the certain point, they start declining. You know the reasons in law of variable proportion, the strength of variable factors and fixed factors, how they work. So after certain point, both will start declining, and that is the reason why MP and AP looks like an inverse U-shaped curve. Now this is the relation between AP and MP. Now moving on to the next important question, which is also related to AP, MP and TP. Is the assignment question which carries 5 marks. So here students, the table is given, that is, find the missing products in the following table. So factor 1, they have taken factor 1 is nothing but your labor variable factor, and the second column tells TP, third one tells MP, and fourth one is AP. So they have given certain values, imaginary values, so where we need to calculate all these 3 concepts. Now this is the question in front of you. What is the first step to be done? The first step is write all the formulas. You know the formula of TP. TP is equal to summation of MP. Then AP is nothing but total product divided by the variable factor L. Then what is MP? MP is nothing but TPL minus TPL minus 1. That is new total product minus old total product. These are the formulas to be written first. Then draw this table once again and write down this neatly, the table, and start calculating. Now what is the first step to be calculated? All 3 formulas that are there and all 3 tasks should be achieved. So the first step is marginal product. So first we need to calculate the marginal product. So here, what is the formula of marginal product? TPL minus TPL minus 1. So we already know what is new total product and the previous one. Now 24 minus 10 is 14. And one more thing, here the first table was blank. So it is a understanding, as I discussed in previous class, the first unit whatever value is there for TP, the same value will be for MP and AP. I hope you understood. I'll repeat it once again. The first unit whatever the value or the output is there, it will be same for MP and AP. Is it clear? Moving on to next. Now you already understood 24 minus 10 is 14. Now this completes our marginal product. Okay. Now moving to the next task, that is your next step is total product. Now what is the formula of total product? Summation of marginal product. So you need to go on adding all these values. For example, 10 plus 24, that is 10 plus 14 is 24, then 24 plus 16 it's 40, 40 plus 10 it's 50, then 50 plus 6 56, then last one 56 plus 1 it is 57. So what we have done here, students, we have added all the marginal product values. So we get the missing total products. Now the last task is average product. What is the formula of average product? Total product divided by L, that is variable factor. Now here the missing total product, average product, is 4th unit. Now when we apply the 4th unit of labor, so we need to find out what is the average product. What is the formula here? The formula is total product divided by the factor L. So what answer will get? You get the answer 12.5. Similarly, one more average product we need to find out, that is 6th unit. What will be the average product when the variable factor 6th unit is added? The same formula we are applying. What is the formula? Total product divided by labor or variable factor. What answer will get? 9.5. So students, this completes our task of calculating the missing products in the table. So first I'll repeat the step. The first step is we need to calculate marginal product. That is, we need to calculate marginal product because already total products are given here in the question itself. So first calculate the marginal product, then go for the total product. Then once you get total product and marginal product, it's very easy to find out what is average product. So apply these 3 formulas. Once again you practice it and become perfect in this. I hope students you enjoyed the calculation part, and hope if you are having any doubts or comments or any difficulties, we are free to explain it. Okay, thank you. We'll continue with the next concept.